Howdy ho, guys and gals. Welcome to Prime Days. As we promised, we're going to try and do an AM, an afternoon, and an evening live stream covering all the deals on Amazon, maybe some off Amazon as well. It's looking to be a huge just blowout today over on the Amazons. We got a ton of great deals. We got some sponsored deals. We got some found deals. We got some deals recommended by viewers. We're going to jump into it all. There's a lot of stuff to get here, or at least to get through. We got a ton of it. So let me see here. We're a little disorganized this morning here, trying to catch up on all of this, catch everything that's going on. We don't want to miss out on any of it. There's just a ton going on here. Let's see. Let me make sure we got the chat window going so I can see what all you guys are all going off about. Let's see here. And let me make sure I can actually see it. Gotta zoom in a bit. There we go. Steve K in the house. Miguel's here. A lot of baby books and toys. Oh, I don't know if we're going to cover much of that, but we can see what we can find. Can't hurt, right? Colby's in the house. Grant's here. Cool mate. Writer's Farm. All right, let's jump into some of the deals. We're going to go through all of this. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take, as we go through the deals, I'm going to take the links, put it in chat. If we have discount codes, which we do for a bunch of them, I'll put those in chat also. And then at the end, I'm going to add it all to a list, put it in the video details, and we're going to just roll with it from there. Volume is a little low, they're saying. Well, let's see here. Oh, it does look a little low. How about that? Is that a little bit better there? It was. We haven't live streamed in a while, so the settings were a little bit older, and since then we've upgraded the microphone, we've upgraded the the mic audio input and stuff, so a lot of it's changed. Hello from Louisville. Any deals on thermal imaging? I did see a couple. Fluke's got one. I think we're going to have some other ones. Let me see what we can find. Modular toolboxes. We'll take a look for that. Howdy from Texas. There we go. Better volume. All right. Let's jump into it. First, I want to thank today's big sponsor, and that is, let's see if I can do this right. That is Brooklyn Bedding. They're doing a big flash sale. 25% is what you'll usually get if you go to my landing page, which is brooklynbedding.com/den-of-tools. But if you go there now, you're going to get 30% off site-wide. Now, one of the ones that let me just talk about the one that I've got. They're like, hey, talk about this one, talk about that one. Here's the one that we've got at home. We've got the Titan Plus, all right? This is the one made for, well, it's made for bigger folks, all right? Bigger folks, stronger, athletic, big guys like me. And I got to tell you, yeah, I've gone through a lot of beds. I've had Sleep Number beds. I've had Tempur-Pedic beds. I've had Sertas with the coil-over springs, individual wrap. I've had all of that, and I've not been happy with the bed yet until I found Brooklyn Bedding. And they've been a great sponsor of the channel. At this point, all the beds in my house are Brooklyn Bedding. The beds in our RV from their sister company, RVmattresses.com. Let's see what else. I'm even getting a mattress for a buddy of mine. He's a senior citizen, and we found out he was sleeping on something like this thick. And I'm like, no, we're going to fix that. We're going to fix that. And I was actually I was about to order one. I was talking to my contact over at Brooklyn Bedding. They're like, wait, he's a vet? No, we're going to send him one. All right. So all of these, they're all made at their factory in Arizona, 120-night trial, free shipping. They're great. They come in the box. They're all like shrink wrapped. You got to be careful when you open them up because sometimes they can open up surprisingly quickly. Anyway, the Titan Plus, designed specifically for big and tall. It comes in, let's see what sizes does it come in here. Twin XL, full queen, short queen, aka the RV queen, king, cow king, split cow king, so you've got stairs it's hard to get up, and RV king. So you can get it in all of that. They have a ton of other stuff, but again, use forget the 25% promo code. You want to do get here for the savings right here. Now let me put a link to this here. It's going to be brooklynbedding.com/den-of-tools. All right, there's the first link, all right? Let's keep going through the rest of these here. Ecoflow. Ecoflow is doing a huge one. You know, I'm a big fan of Ecoflow. I've got a ton of their products. My whole computer system right here. I've got a 42-inch monitor, 2 studio lights, all my recording equipment, a NAS. If you don't know what a NAS is, it's like a little mini computer that has hard drives to do all the storage and stuff. Got another monitor, networking equipment, my actual PC. It's a pretty powerful PC. All the Wi-Fi and router and all that kind of stuff. Another studio light, some accessories, some chargers. All of that runs through one Ecoflow Delta 2 Max. And then that goes to the wall. And the reason I'm doing that is because it also acts as a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply, which means that when the power goes out, and we're here in Montana. I know, ignore the fact that it says Boulder City up there. I got family that lives in Boulder City, and I'm always sending them stuff, and apparently I left it on there. Anyway, point is, we live here in Livingston, Montana, and the power, here in the Rockies, it's a little sketchy from time to time, but I never notice. I'll leave the studio, people are like, oh my gosh, the power outages today were terrible. I'm like, didn't bother me a bit because it never flickers, nothing. They just catch it all, even the whole thing out. And then if the power goes out for days and something, I still got power backups and whatnot. All my sensitive equipment, my stuff at home, my TV center, my entertainment center at home runs through one of these. Even my, I use a CPAP, and I've got one of their the River 2 over here. And you always want to buy, if you buy from Ecoflow, you either want to buy something that says 2 or the new 3 series. If you've seen my video on the Delta 3 Pro, that thing is an absolute beast. But the original series ran off of lithium ion, which is great for power tools. Not so great for power stations. You want that the LFP batteries because that's what gives you the nigh indefinite recharge cycles. Okay, it's not indefinite, but it's just so much more, so many more recharge cycles than you get out of base lithium ion that it's night and day difference. And on top of that, they don't have to worry about thermal runaway. They work in colder temps, hotter temps. It's just a better battery all around. The only difference is it's not as small and compact, which for a power tool makes sense. But for you want to go with that small compact. But on a power station like this, you got a little extra room to move around. Get the LFP batteries. You lost me at Amazon. Nice. Let's see here. I'm actually looking for an adjustable bed base and mattress for my 90-year-old grandfather. I'll keep an eye out. Let's see. I don't know if they have those. Let me see if they have them. The accessories, adjustable base. I don't know if it's the power kind. It might. Well, sure, kind of looks like it. Extension Ultra adjustable power base, $769.30, and the Ascension Lux adjustable power base is $483 starting. Depends on the size that you get. So they got 2 of them. I would, go take a look at them. Brooklyn Bedding, they're fantastic customer service, great people. Go check it out. Anyway, I'm gonna put a link here to the whatchamacallit, the Ecoflow stuff. They've got the River 2s, the River 2 Max, the River 2 Pro. Basically everything they have is on sale right now. Even the new Delta Pro 3 that I was just talking about. Here's the one I use with my power system right now. It's on sale right now, down from $1,900 to $1,200, 37% off. The Delta 3 Pro is, come on, that's not the right pop-up. There we go. It keeps trying to show me the Delta 2. Oh, there we go. It's down from 37 to 31.39. Anyway, I'm going to put a link to the whole thing here. This is all the Ecoflow power stations. There we go. Anyway, as I said, we've been working with them here on the channel for forever. It's been a long time, and I've tested all sorts of power stations, and I'm not going to sit here and say that you need this power station, okay? These are upper top line power stations. There's less expensive ones. In fact, we're going to include some cheaper options in this video. But this is, if you're looking for the Cadillac of power stations, Ecoflow is where you need to be. All right, next up, we've got, if I can get over there, come on, my mouse is like, I don't know where I am. All right, we talked about this yesterday in the in the deals of the week, and that is ToolAnt. Here we go. ToolAnt magnetic nut driver set. This thing, it's on sale right now for 40 bucks. It's 10% off on that one. Let me put a link to that. This one, ToolAnt has some great stuff for a great price. I'm really stunned about how cheap this stuff gets. But for magnetic nut setters, and the magnetic part is nice because then the bolts don't get away from you, which it happens to me a lot. Let's be honest, it happens to you too. So let's see here, nut drivers. There's a link to that. We'll see what else they've got here. They've got the spiral flute cobalt set. Now, I meant to show this the other day because they actually sent this to me. Here it is right here. And for those of you who are like, we're going to, we're going to have tools. We're going to have all sorts of accessories. If I can get the case open. I'm trying to open it up without the thing going flying out. There we go. Look at this. That is just, the machining on this is just so nice. Anyway, these are their flute cobalt step drill bit sets. And if you've not used a step drill bit and you're trying to put holes in metal, you're doing it wrong. This is the way to go. Currently $26.39 here. And you see they have multiple sizes here for whatever it is that you're looking for. $26.39, and there's a 5% off coupon on top of that. So let me see here. Hearing me at normal speed is odd. You know how long it took me to get used to hearing myself? That was weird. All right, let's see here. Step drill bits. I need an app that I can just click on it and will automatically post it to the live stream. That would be cool. And then this one, the tap and die set. This has got to be by far the best budget tap and die set that I've seen. This is ridiculous, everything this has. It has the ratcheting handle. It's got just, the case is fantastic. And just so many, it was 127 piece. SAE metric, ratcheting handle, slide out drawer, separate storage for the tool set itself. It's fantastic. And you're looking at 150 bucks. It's on sale. It's normally 200. It's on sale for 150. And then there's another 10% off coupon on top of it on the page. That's right there. If you've been waiting to get one of these, and I'll be honest, there's two types of tap and die sets. There's just the basic DIYer kind of, maybe even prosumer grade. And then there's the Pro. And when you buy the Pro one, you're not buying it in a set like this. You're buying each tap and die separately, and you're spending like 50 bucks or more on each one. So you're either getting, it's like router bits. You're either getting something that's good enough or you're getting something that is truly professional level. Not trying to tell you this is pro level, but for the average person, I'm not in the trades anymore. I'm retired. I do YouTube. I live in Montana. I'm not sweating it. And for the stuff that I do, working on my cars, working around that, this is more than good enough. This is probably better than I can do, is what I'm looking at here. So let's add this in here. We're going to look at the tap and die set. There's that one. Let's see what else we got here. The V-Diag tool. Now, they talked to me about this one. They were like, we're going to do a huge blowout on this. So I think they may have sent me, I'm going to check. I think they may have sent me a coupon code. So let me see what I can find on these guys here. So V-Diag tool, look at this. Here we go. So we got a 10% off coupon code. So here's the coupon code. And let me get you the link to this if this is what you're looking for. If you're doing automotive testing, this is like, you want to get serious about it. This is something you need. If I can get, my mouse does not want to, I've got multiple monitors and it does not want to go from each monitor to the other one. Let's see here. There we go. There's the coupon code with the link. So this is the V200. Let me get this up on screen again. Pro Automotive Power Tool Circuit Probe Tester. It'll help you find circuits. It'll find relays. It'll find shorts. If you've got gremlins in your car, chances are it's electrical. And I got to tell you, I know all about these because I own a Ford. I don't know what it is about Ford, man. Ford, you remember Jaguar back in the day? Jaguar was having electrical problems. Ford bought them, and it just got worse. Anyway, it's like I own a Dodge, a Chevy, a Ford, and a BMW right now. And we're brand agnostic at the house. Although I will admit I lean kind of heavy towards I keep calling them Dodge. Now it's Ram. The Ram trucks, they have a tendency where all the little stuff kind of like, this little thing breaks and that little thing breaks, and it's little annoying stuff, but it doesn't feel like it's ever anything big. On the Chevys, it feels like, I'm going to lose my transmission every other weekend or something. And on the Ford, it's like the electrical system's going to fry itself. Just wait, it's going to happen. We've got an Expedition XL. The driver's seat stopped working. The rear gate stopped working. The air-conditioned heated seats stopped working. The up and down on the mirrors, they still move left and right, but up and down doesn't work. So I've got to go through and tear all these apart and figure out what's going on with those. And something like this would help a ton. So again, chasing down those electric gremlins are one of the things I hate to do, but I'm going to be doing it. And something like this is going to make it a hell of a lot easier. All right, let's see here. I was hoping for gear wrench deals, but I'm not seeing it. There are. I've got gear wrench deals. I know for a fact I've got some. There's a ton of gear wrench deals, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to have to get to them. I'm scanning through my deals right now. That's not it. Where'd it go? There's one right. Where'd it go? Come on. Right there. Gear wrench, 84-piece master SAE metric hex and torque bit set. There's one, $83.99. So I'll throw that one out there for you. There's a gear wrench. We're going to have more, but let me get back and finish going through these. Let's see here. Boom. All right, next up, we've got, we talked about this one the other day. They didn't know if they were going to be able to do any better on that price. For Prime Days, they did better on the price. Oh my gosh. I was talking about this thing. It's a $240 electric fridge cooler. They're not like back in the day, they had these piezo electric kind of things they had these pads that get hot on one side, cold on one side, and they use those for refrigerant. These are true refrigerators at this point. They actually have a compressor, the whole 9 yards. They're fantastic across the board, not just these guys. All right, but this is one of the slickest setups I've seen yet. We're looking at normally $240. It's on sale right now for $164. Hold the phone. Get this. I've got here. Let me put the link to it, okay, real quick, because you're going to want to jump all over this one. If you've been thinking about getting one of these electric fridges, and I swear by them at this point, I won't do a road trip without one. I won't go camping without one in the RV or otherwise. Even when I go fly fishing up in the mountains, I'm up there because I'll be gone for the whole day. And I'll take a bunch of food and drinks and stuff with me, stuff for the dog, maybe for the cubs if they come with me. Anyway, absolutely love this form factor, but this one takes it to a whole new level. So let me put this. This is the H Calorie. Who comes up with these names? Stupid names, great products. Anyway, this is the fridge, and I've got the coupon code here for you. This is going to rock your socks is what this is going to do. Oh, come on. I know I have it here somewhere. All right. Coupon code is Den Tools 15. And what that's going to do when you enter it, it's unlike other coupon codes where it just takes away. It gives you a credit of like $24 or something. It's 15% off that price. All right, so if we're looking at this, if we're looking at, was 100, we'll call it 164 to make it easy, times 1.85, no, times 0.85, that's going to knock it down to under $140. $140. That's the price of just a decent, we're not even talking Yeti level, just a decent big cooler is going to run you $140. This is a 12-volt car fridge, and I believe it's got the home AC adapter because that's how we used it. They did send it to us, so actually I've got it. Just a minute here. And she left it plugged in. All right. It's not small. I'm going to kill myself doing this, aren't I? All right. So, AC plug. I just wanted to show you the size on this thing. And we've already used it. We had a huge barbecue in the park. My son turned 18 last week. Just blown away by that. Anyway, this thing is a huge fridge. It's got touchscreen controls right here with a digital LED readout. It is absolutely not cheaply made. It's a beast. All right. That's going to be my new go-to for the road trips. I had a smaller one. This one I can throw everything in. I'll throw sandwiches, some snacks, and a ton. I'm looking for cans. I usually have cans around of my Coke Zero. Right now, it's in my Cynics cup. Thanks, Cynics, for this cup. This is one of the better cups I've gotten, and it's not even a Yeti. Anyway, $140. If you've been thinking about getting an electric fridge cooler, this is it. There's just nothing coming close to this. All right, let me adjust my shirt here. I'm climbing out of my shirt trying to do all this. Next up, Topdon. We've been a huge fan of Topdon for years. They've been a huge supporter of the channel. Just great equipment. This is their Topdon OBD2 Scanner bidirectional. I guess I got to put it up on screen, huh? There we go. Bidirectional. This is your code reader. This is the kind of that you just leave plugged into the car. All right, and then you can use anytime. You don't have to, but that's what I do with stuff like this. I leave it plugged in. My truck threw a code yesterday, and I gotta look it up. It was some minor code or something. Anyway, what I'm gonna say about this is it's normally $90. It's on sale right now for $54. It is bidirectional. Bidirectional is when you start talking about real diagnostics. That's a huge deal, okay? Usually when you're buying a bidirectional scanner, you're spending $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, or $600 up to $1,000 or more. I do believe this does have a subscription plan with it. FCA Gateway and Access subscription free. Enjoy your first year free. Extend a second year for $49. It supports FCA Gateway Access, which allows you to perform functions such as clearing DTCs, bidirectional testing, and calibrations on FCA vehicles, blah, blah, blah. But again, that's only if you need the FCA vehicles. So you do have to pay, depending on the brand and what it is you're looking for. And that's typical of bidirectionals, okay? Once you start getting into those serious ones, you're going to have a subscription because they have to stay up to date with all the latest stuff that's coming down the pipe. And the company, the automotive brands are always changing stuff and updating things. It's like computers. They're always changing the BIOS and updating the drivers. Same thing with cars these days. Don't brick your car. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, let me give you a link to this sucker here. This is the Bluetooth OBD2. Onboard diagnostics number 2. All right. That cooler, Jen says, that cooler's too big for the back seat of a regular car. Plus, there's a lot of real estate that isn't cooler. Well, it's a refrigerator, all right? So it's got to have, they all do. They all have like a chunk about like I'd say it's 15 to 20% of it is dedicated to the compressor. Until we get to nanotech, you're just not going to get around that right now. The Justice Garage. I've been waiting, missed the start. Sorry, man. Let's see. Looking for a decent bolt extractor kit. Okay, we'll see what we can find. Printer scanner. Oh my gosh. Well, I haven't even thought about scans. I've got one sitting right over there. It's some HP thing, and it's not even hooked up. Because I thought, well, I need it for the studio. Apparently I didn't. It is too big for the back seat of a regular car. I don't think it's too big. I mean, like my brother was just up in town and for my son's birthday, and he had a rental car, and it was some compact SUV, and they had it in the back seat of that for a while. Seemed to work fine. YouTube, what happened to the Sunday night Tool Talk Live? Are you ever going to? Yes, it's going to happen again after summer. We take the summer off because we spend time with the family and Sundays, and we're always off doing stuff, and we're either going up in the mountains, going fishing or camping or something, and it's just hard to work in the Sunday night live stream with everything we have going on over the summer. That's the thing about Montana. During the summer, people get out and do stuff, because during the winter, you can't. Anyway, so that's the Topdon OBD2. We got more from Topdon. If I can find where I put my mouse. There we go. Let's see here. Question about the AutoFliers. Do you think they work on airbrushing tools? I would not imagine they would, because real quick, I want to answer this. The AutoFliers seem to pulse. And for airbrush, you want continuous flow. So they have to build the air. I think they use a screw type compressor or like a mini screw. Either way, I've done some airbrushing stuff way back in the day, and it's really important that they not pulse. Otherwise, you get drips, drabs, and stuff out of your airbrush. Okay, and let's see here. How much does it cost the motor? Let's see here. The next Topdon. The Jump Surge JS2000. It's on sale right now for $80, $79.95, down from $140. Of course, Topdon are my favorite jump starters. Again, this is kind of like a top-of-the-line kind of thing. There are cheaper options out there. We'll talk about some of them coming up. But, no, don't go away. Boom. Let's see here. Here we go. Topdon. Let's see here. This is the 2000. And it is, there's the link for it. Boom. All right. Anyway, so the Topdon stuff, again, I won't say it's the top of the line. We've seen some other stuff that is, it's, how do I say it? A little bit better built, a little bit more robust. Fantic makes one that is just like ridiculously overbuilt. But I don't think you're getting much more from it, and you're paying a pretty penny to go that extra mile. Whereas this, it gives you, you get the case with it, you get solid cables with it. The Fantic adds an LED display, which I don't think I need. I think the 4 bars of lights actually work just fine. I'm not saying the Fantic isn't a solid one. I just don't know if you're getting, really, for what you're paying extra, I don't know if you're getting that much for it. All right, next one up is the JS3000. Now, this is what I keep in my truck. This is the big boy, and it's normally $170. It's on sale right now for $135.96. As far as price history on that, that's a pretty solid price. I don't know if it's the most amazing. Whoops, clicked on the wrong thing there. I don't know if it's the most amazing price that I've seen on this. I think I've seen it down below under $130, but it's like a difference of $5, and that's for like last year. So let's see here. So this is the JS3000. There's that. Sorry, I'm reading through the things. 12-volt coolers looking better and better rather than $4 ice bags and multiple trips and coolers breaking, all that kind of stuff. Do you have any sales for M18 batteries? I haven't seen any. I'm going to see if we're going to go through here when we get to the some more tools, see what we can find. All right, next up on the prices, something here. All right, car battery jumps. Now, this is the new one from Topdon. They've sent me this. I have not had a chance to do an extensive workout with it. So what they've combined here is they've combined a jump starter with a battery tester and an app. So it's got a smart app. Now, I like this because Topdon they've done this realm before. They did a battery tester / charger with an app, Boy, if they could have combined all three into one, that would have been something, huh? But this is a car battery jump starter, battery tester, 2-in-1, 2200 amp. It's 100 and normally 150. It's on sale right now for $127.49. So if you're looking for something that will not only jumpstart your car, but will actually do full-on battery tests and give you like all sorts of nerd data reporting in the app, this is what you're looking for here. So let me put a link to that one. This is going to be for the charger / tester. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see, did Topdon send us anything else? No, but Tesman has. Let me see if do I have this one here? I do. In my drawer. I keep one of these, like I have a bunch of them. I keep them everywhere. Because, I mean, are they the most, robust? No, they're cheap plastic. They're nothing special. What I do love about them, though, is if I want to test something, I just turn it on, hook up the leads. It's got an auto mode that I leave it in by default. If I want to change it, if I want to no, that's not what I want, I can change it. I can go through and do all that stuff. But I'm usually testing batteries or testing resistance or testing connectivity kind of stuff. And that's what I'm using that for. I'm not using it on mains. I'm not doing high voltage stuff with it. But for a, what is it? It's a normally $18 on sale for $14.44 with a 10% off coupon. Just a basic have around in case I need it kind of multimeter. And I do, I use it all the time. I've got higher end, brother, I've got some seriously high end multimeters. I've got a newer one. I got a clamp meter. I also have I don't want to say vintage, but it's from the 70s or 80s. It's a giant box that it's all analog rather than digital, and it will dial everything in. It's fantastic. But I never use any of those because 99% of the time, not never, but 99% of the time, what I'm doing is just basic stuff. So I just grab this thing and get the job done instantly. So anyway, there's the, Alex says, anything on storage racks? Check out yesterday's video on the deals of the week. There were storage racks. I'm trying to remember who was by. Very similar to the DeWalt storage racks. They were on sale. They're a great price. Any OBD2, we got more. We just did one. We got more OBD2 scanners coming up. So this is a multimeter that's on sale right now. Also, if you missed the Aquabot, they're not Aquabots, was the Scuba S1, the aquatic robot pool. It's a pool Roomba is what these things are. So this is what I'm talking about right now. We just did a video on this. If you've got a pool or you know somebody with a pool, tell them to stop cleaning their pool and get one of these. This is Apier. They've got the S1's on sale right now for $529, $530. The deluxe high end, it does it all, is on sale for $880. So let me see here. Let me get you a link to these. I'm gonna shorten that link because otherwise the link is super long. So this is the Apier S1 Pro. And then for a little bit less, about half the price, no, I guess anyway, we've got the basic S1. And here's what I'm going to tell you that a lot of people seem to, thank you, Florida Dash Cam puts in the stop cleaning your pool, my video on that. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. Apier S1. Look at that. Here's what I'm saying. They're maintenance bots. And I've seen a lot of people do videos where they chuck a ton of dirt in the pool. Somebody did a video where they tested a whole bunch of pool robots. And that's what they did. They chucked a bunch of dirt and leaves and stuff into the pool. And they're like, they'd go over, they did do a very good job. None of them did a great job. It's the same with these robo mowers. It's the same with a Roomba. If you dump dump a bunch of dirt in the middle of your living room, the Roomba's not going to do much about it. It's going to hit it, take a little bit. These things are meant to run, like these pool bots here are meant to run 2 to 3 times a week. So, or even once a week, depending on how bad your pool gets. They're not meant to run like once a month or once every few months and just completely fix a broken pool. Trust me, we went away on vacation one time. We had a pool in California, and we went away on vacation, came back, and our pool was green. The filter, something had happened to the filter. I think it blew a breaker or something, and it turned green. Well, it didn't. Once we got everything reset, I cleaned the filter. It was a sand filter. Did some backwash on it. Turned it back on. It didn't clear that up instantly. It takes a while to go through these things unless you're going to dump all the water and everything else. So these are meant to take little bites continuously rather than giant sweeps. It's not a bulldozer. All right. So Flores, I chucked my Roomba in my pool. Would not suggest. Give it a snorkel. It'll be fine. All right. Let's see what we got up here next. We got... Okay, I said we'd have cheaper ones, right? Well, here we got the AC mount. We've talked about this one before. This is a budget one. Look at the price on this, $37.98. Okay, again, is it the same kind of quality as the Topdon? No, brother, it's not. But it's $38. Okay, and you know what else it's good as? I use these all the time as battery banks. We go out to dinner, we go to an event, we go to do something, and I look at my phone and I'm at 10%. And I'm like, well, I'm screwed. No, I pull the charging cable out of my dash, I grab one of these suckers, and like we went to dinner the other night, and and some of these have multiple ports, and we had one where it had 3 ports on it. We had 3 different people at dinner all charging off the same device. Because these days you got to have your cell phone with you. People are always looking stuff up or planning events, other stuff. It's a digital life. A lot of us are leading these days. So, and also the other thing, not everyone needs a $3,000. Not everyone needs a $120 jump starter. If you got a little Honda Civic or something like that, something like this should be fine. So let's see here. We got the AC mount. Helps if I spell it right. There's that jump. Again, $38. Okay. So, you got to weigh things, within like reasonable, like you're not going to get, super thick cables. You're not going to get, the full LED display on stuff like this. You're probably not, in fact, I don't think you get the semi-rigid case. I think you get a bag. I prefer the rigid case, but the bag works. At least it's got that. Some of them don't even have that. Here we go. Somebody asked about OBD2. Somebody asked about bidirectional. X-Tool D7 bidirectional scan tool. I've had this one. I may still have it somewhere. I'm looking around here. I have the, what do I have? I have the D7S is my go-to one, but this is bidirectional 2024 diagnostic tool with ECU coding, 36 plus resets, crankshaft relearn, based on the Android 10 platform, 3 years of updates with this. Normally $419. It's on sale for $325. And again, I keep telling people, an OBD2 scanner is great for basic maintenance and learning what's going on with your car. All right? I think everyone should own one. Bidirectional is when you start getting into real diagnostics and being able to fix stuff. That if you want to be semi-serious or serious about fixing cars, you need to have a bidirectional. And the simplest one, what it does is, with a basic one, you can listen to the car. With the bidirectional, you can talk back to the car and go, hey, try this, try this, try this. You ever been to the doctor and the doctor's like, you're like, my leg hurts. And the doctor's like, okay, well, lift your leg and do this. That's bidirectional. He's having you do something to see how it reacts. And you can do the same thing with your car. The easiest example of this was I was having a problem with power mirror or power windows. And I didn't know whether it was the switch or whether it was the motor or whether it was the ECU or something. And, I could go in there and plug it in and go, hey, put the window up. And the window went up. Well, guess what? Probably the switch. Because if the window's going up, it's clearly not the motor. It's probably not the ECU because I'm talking through the ECU to it. Likely it's the switch. It could have been some wiring, but it gives you an area, instead of looking at all of this, you can focus down on this part of the system now. That's what I'm talking about, really helps here. Let's see here. How would I size this one against the Topdon Bluetooth I showed earlier? This is, I would say that this is going to be way more robust in the level of detail. Basically, do you want to look at a 10-inch screen? Do you want to look at your cell phone screen and try to drill down through a GUI like that? Or do you want something that's got a big screen you can go through? This is for something you keep in your shop for working on your cars. The other one is so you have it with you at all times, is basically what it is. I mean, think about like a compact folding, toolkit versus a full rolling cart. That's the difference on this. So we got the X-Tool D7. There's the link on that. Let me make sure they didn't give me a discount code. I would hate to not have you save as much money as you possibly could. So that's not it. Oh, they did. I love you, X-Tool. Nothing like an extra 10% off. Just put it down there in the chat. So now it goes from a $325. That's going to knock another $32.50 off of that. That's going to make it sub $300. Sub $300 for a full bore bidirectional tablet. Again, people, that's why some of my deals of the week, I got a little terse with people who always go, oh, the Prime Day deals, they're terrible. They're just blah, blah. No, brother, you just can't find the deals, clearly, is what's going on. Because they're out there. There are some smoking deals out here. Oh, look, there's the S right there. Let me come back here. Right above it, this is the one that I use personally. This is the D7S. Let me pull it up on screen. Big is big here. It's normally $469. I don't know. You could try and use the coupon code with it. I don't think it will work, but you can always try it. But I'll give you a link to this one. This is it significantly better? I'm not going to say it's significantly better. I'd like the form factor a little bit better on it, but let's see here. This is the D7S. There we go. There's a link to that. All right, let's see what else we got on here. Dobson. We've talked about, it's been like a year since we've talked about Dobson. Dobson is my favorite choice when it comes to budget power tools. I got stuff all over my shirt here. When it comes to budget power tools, power stations. We're looking at this one. This is the DBS 1000, 2000 watt. Now that's usually what I consider your basic power cube. All right, that's like the serious one. Okay, not like a small budget one. When we talked about Anker Solex, when we talk about Ecoflow, when we talk about any of them, usually use the 2000 as the cornerstone for building a power station system. They're normally about $1 about $1 a watt is what I'm looking at here. So this is it. 2000 watt output, 1024. So, okay, my bad. So 2000 is the output. I was reading it a little too fast. So this is about half that, but it's normally about $1 per watt. So this should be, if it was comparable, about $1,000. And if we look at the price on it, the list price is $1,000, but the Prime Day deal price is $595. This is a great budget system, and we've got, they just sent me one, their new one with the battery and the whole, like extra battery and the whole 9 yards. So we're going to be putting it through the ringer. Nothing fancy about these, okay? You got 3 USB-Cs. That's nice, getting 3 of those. You got 3 USB-As. You got a 12-volt cigarette lighter. They've got a light on the front, but at least it's not obnoxious. A decent display. 9 times longer. Okay, they use the LFP LiFePO 4 batteries. That's good. We talked about that. Power all units. They get into this. They're really insistent about this. Like, oh, you should take it apart and drill one of the batteries. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I get it. The LiFePO 4 doesn't have the tendency to blow up like lithium ion, and they just wanted to show that. Good for RVs, good for camping, yada, yada, yada. It has the app control. That's nice because that's something you don't see in a lot of the other budget systems. So let me put a link to this one. We got 2 more from them. So don't pull the trigger on this just yet. What do I think about flare nut wrenches from Sonex? Sonex makes some good stuff. I have not played around with their flare nut wrenches, so I can't really answer that. The YouTube asked if we have a date set. We do not have a date set for when the Sunday live streams will come back. You know how we do it around the channel. We kind of play stuff by ear. All right, let's keep going here. So we got the Dabson 1000, and it's on sale for $5,995 or $595, under $600. Let me make sure they didn't give me a a code on this. I don't think they did. No code. All right, we tried. We tried. The next one they've got here is, this is the 2000. Here we go. It's a bit beefier. It's got the 5 ports on the one side. It's got the charging ports there as well. We got a lot more to it. They even have a USB-A device, a 30 amp and a 10 amp power plug. Still have 3 of the USB-C, 3 of the USB-A. Still has a freaking light. Just get rid of the lights on the power stations, guys. We don't need them. We're looking at $1,000. This should be a $2,000 box. Normally it's $1,400, $1,339 actually, and it's on sale right now for $968. Again, that's what I'm talking about. This is a budget entry level when you're getting into power stations. So this is the Dab, if I can talk or type, and this is the 2300. There's a link to that. And then we got look at this sucker. This thing is huge. The DBS 3500, 3,430 watt hours solar generator. I love that people are like, it's not a generator. It is a generator. It is, technically speaking. It generates electricity. It takes energy and stores it in a chemical compound in a battery. There's not little tiny lightning bolts bouncing around in there, okay? You have potential energy in a battery. You have potential energy in a liquid. There's no difference, and once it runs through the system, you can't just like crack open the can on these things and have energy come out. Doesn't work. It generates the energy through the computerized system that's in it that takes it out of the battery and converts it into energy that you can use. It generates energy. Oh my gosh. It's just, people think they're like, well, it's just people just don't put their minds, engage what they used to say. There was a sign above my principal's desk in junior high. It said, put mind in gear before engaging mouth. So this is the DBS 3500. Again, should normally be $3,500. It's currently not on sale. Okay, we're not going to put a link to this one. Why is this not on sale? They said it was going to be on sale. Well, I'll put a link to, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a link to it. Maybe it'll go on sale later today. Because not everything goes on sale immediately. They stage things throughout the day. So we'll come back to this. All right, here's what I am going to say. We're going to talk about this one real quick. Blue Eddy, which is, you see up here, if I pull it up at the top, Blue Eddy is, I used to be a huge fan of them. They've really kind of lost their way as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, let's talk about dash cams real quick. So I did a whole video on this the other day. I talked about it on the deals of the week. This is their high-end one, all right? So this is the N4 Pro. 3-channel. Front channel is 4K. The rear view is 1080p, and the inside the cab is 1080p. It connects to the app. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got the Starvis 2 system for color night vision, which is a Sony chip. It is, and Sony, this is a Sony camera that I'm talking to you on right now. I gave my other Sony to my son because he's doing a lot of the work for us also now. So, Florida dash cam. Did someone say dash cam? Yes, we did. So anyway, this one, it is pricey, but this is a got a lot of features and a lot of capability built into it. It's currently $300. All right. Then we've got if you want something that's more budget minded. So this is one. It's an all-in-one kind of system with the rear view right there built in. It's got the smaller screen. I do kind of like the smaller screen on this, but still has the Starvis 2, HDR night vision, 1440p, 60 frames per second, hidden dash cam, and it tucks it in there like under your what you'll call it, your rear view, so you know it isn't as obvious. Has voice control, 24-hour parking mode. Other than 4K, it does almost all the other stuff. It does not have the in the cab camera, which is maybe something you don't really care about. For me, I like the in the cab because I got family and we'll go do road trips and it's just kind of fun. But this is the S1 Pro. I know most of you are probably not Uber drivers, but the N4 is like the #1 dash cam used by Uber drivers in Vegas. You get in an Uber in Vegas and you can just be guaranteed the N4 Pro is up on the dash because they want to record you and let you know that it's there so you don't do anything stupid. And then if you're looking for a budget version from them, they've got this one, which is the E1 Lite. Now this is just 1080p. It doesn't have all the super fancy stuff and everything, but it's at least something. It's on sale right now for $71.97. Let me grab the link on this one. So, greetings from the People's Republic of Massachusetts. I hear they're trying to ban all semi-autos now, like even like 22s and stuff like that. Frank says, we need a great deal on a big portable battery system for camping, not jump pack or small bang. Big boy. Well, we just talked about the DAB zone. Let me talk about that in just a second here. So this is the E1 Lite. There's that. So we at the beginning of the live stream, we talked about, what was it? Delta Ecoflow. And then we just talked about the Dobson, and then we're going to talk about some Anker Solix later on. But if you scroll up through the chat messages or go back in the video, you'll see the Ecoflow stuff. All right, next up, I want to cover this real quick. So some people are always asking, in fact, I just mentioned it, what cameras do you use? Well, here you go. This is what we got right now. The camera that I'm filming on, that you're seeing me on, is the Sony FX30. This is a cinema grade camera. I don't care how poor you are, everyone should own this camera. No, of course not. I'm clearly joking there. This is way overkill for what we do here on the channel. Right now, I'm streaming in, I think, 1080p. This thing will do 4K at 60 frames per second. It's legit usable. Like, you can make TV shows and movies with this camera if you wanted to. It's all about, the cameras, the body's great, the processing great, but it always comes down to the lens. And we're going to talk about the lens here in a minute. The reason I use this is because it's a dedicated system. So I use it like a studio camera, like you would in like at a news station or something like that. It's got a teleprompter in front of it, microphone above it. It's on a swing arm right here, so I can move it around. Don't want to try to make anyone car sick there, camera sick. It'll stop moving here in a second. That swing arm likes to bounce. There we go. And that's all attached to a base that is away from my table, so I can bang on my table and do a bunch of stuff, and it's not going to affect the camera. But the primary reason I use it is it has internal cooling built into it. There's actually a fan that's constantly cooling it. I've accidentally left it on for like 4 or 5 days. We went on a trip, came back, and I'm like, ooh, I left that on. Any other digital camera would have overheated by then. That internal cooling is why I keep using it. It's $1,600 right now on sale. Again, I can't say that this is the camera you need, but it works great for me, and I've been thrilled with it. When we switched, it was back in February, we switched to using this camera, and boy, night and day difference as far as the quality of the what you see on screen. And people have I got tons and tons of people who just raved when we converted it over. That you could see the difference immediately. So this is the Sony FX30. Now the FX30 is a crop frame sensor. What does that mean? It means it's smaller than a full frame. A full frame, there's that. The FX3, I think, is the full frame version of this. Here's the reason why I don't use a full frame. Complete overkill on YouTube, because like if I do a video, I take the video, I render it, compress it down using when I process the video, then I upload it to YouTube, who then does that again, and then it gets streamed across the airwaves and uncompressed on your side. By the time it goes through all that, the difference between a full frame and a standard frame is negligible. I mean, somebody who's really looking at we call pixel peepers, might be able to notice it, but for the average Joe, they're not going to be able to tell the difference. They're not going to care whether you can see, the hairs I screwed up with on shaving, whether it's in full frame or crop frame. But here's the other thing. The lenses are exponentially more expensive for full frame. So I'm going to say don't bother with it unless you really, really need to. Renegade's Garage says, yeah, the Sony ZV-1 could use some cooling. I will say this. There are some aftermarket cooling fans you can get that attach to the back of the camera. You open up, you take the display on the back because they fold out, and you stick this cooling thing on it, and it runs and acts like a heat sink like you would for a CPU. So maybe check and see if they've got one for your camera. Chance says, got to go to bed, work in a few hours. Oh my gosh. I prefer Hasselblad. Yeah, don't we all? The Hasselblad, what is it? The H6D 100C. How much is that? Do I even want to know? Do I even want to know how much that is? Probably not. Here's the lens that we use. This is the Sigma 16 millimeter. It's a prime lens. No zoom. It's just fixed. And what that does, that 1.4 f-stop on that, is how you get that blurry background. Makes that whole background just disappear, fade out, get all blurry behind me. That's called the bokeh effect, and that's what gives you, because that's what your eyes do, all right? Your eyes, when you focus in on something, basically like this, you have this huge area of view, but only an area about the size of a dinner plate is usually in focus. And then there's actually, believe it or not, there's a little ring around that dinner plate that you don't even see. You don't get it in peripheral. It just kind of like, it's weird. It goes between the hard focus and the soft focus, and that little ring around it is invisible. Don't ask why I know this stuff. I'm a font of useless knowledge. But anyway, can't say enough about this lens. Normally a $400 lens. This is a refurbished version, sold as part of Amazon's renewed packages. So Amazon stands behind all the renewed stuff. $354.95. This is a brilliant, brilliant lens. I tried the kit lens that came with it. It's awful. It's not awful. It's just not. Once you put this thing on, you're like, oh, that other one's bad. It's trash. And when I looked at the kit lens originally, I was like, yeah, it's not too terrible. Okay, let's see here. This is the Sigma 16 millimeter. There's a link to it. Let's see here. Check out Quinn Master Set. Oh, the Quinn Master Sets are fantastic. If I was starting out in the trades, I would probably, if I was just like starting out as a mechanic, I would probably buy them. I think they're that good. The Auto Hammer. Oh, cheapest chips. I've heard that saying in a day or two. All right, next up. So this was our B camera that I just gave to my son. And because I had this idea, I was going to have the A camera here, B camera over here. Instead, what I've got is I have a 2K webcam sitting over here that I kind of use as a B cam. But it's the Sony Alpha, it's the ZV-E10. It's got a similar crop sensor, APS-C, that's what they call them. It's an interchangeable lens system. It is a decent camera. It's actually one of the top cameras for YouTube that you'll see across the board. It'll do 4K. This setup here comes with the 16 by 50 millimeter kit lens, which honestly isn't terrible. It's stabilized. It actually can do some really good stuff for $700 for a one and done solution. If you're looking to do YouTube, if you're just looking for a good camera, and especially the reason I do Sony is Sony leans heavily into video. So they support video probably better than anybody else. So this is the ZV-E10. But before before you pull the trigger on this, they just, and I mean just, announced its replacement, the ZVE10-2. It does not actually ship until the item will be released on July 31st. It's $1,000, and that's body only. The main difference between this and the other one is that this actually uses the exact same sensor that's on this camera. So you're going to get really close quality to what you're seeing right now or in all my videos. 4K, all that kind of stuff. It does not have the internal cooling, however. Neither of these do. So if you do like a long live stream, you can get into a situation where it will overheat. So don't do full 4K, 60 frames. You don't need 60 frames per second unless you're doing like, you know, F1 race cars and stuff like that. I shoot at 30 frames per second and it works just fine. So, but if you're interested, honestly, I would buy the other one because that's why the price is going down on it. But here's the ZVE 10-2, just so you can compare and contrast, if you would. Let's see here. The ZVE-10 was a droid in Star Wars. Power station should be a huge seller in Texas. Right now, they're having all sorts of issues in Texas with the heat. The heat has been just terrible everywhere. And everyone thinks like, oh, I need a power station in case of a hurricane or in case it gets really cold. And during the summer, man, you know, if you live in the South, especially the Southwest, AC isn't used to be air conditioning was a luxury. Now it's life support for a lot of these places. So let's see, what else? Do we have anything else here? Oh, I was going to talk about also my lights. A lot of people, I have some high-end lights. I have a big studio, you can't see, big studio lights over there. But the lights that I use right here, I have a light right there and a light right here. Basic lighting says that you should have one light just off camera, one light at a 45-degree angle, then you need a backlight and a fill light, a hair light. My hair light it's not on right now, but it's up on top of this box up there. And usually, why is my hair light not on? We'll have to figure that one out on another day. Anyway, this is a lot cheaper than a lot of people are going to say that they would use and such. I love this system. It's the D50. It can handle temps between 3,000 and 8,000 K. Bicolor, dimmable, 45 watts, and it's $184 for two of them with stands. All right? So let me come back here. Here's a reason I like it. There's all these fancy lights out there, like, oh, you can control it through an app. Like every time I want to change my light, I want to get out my phone, I want to unlock it, go through it, open the app, wait for it to connect, then go. I don't want to do all that. Let's get a little basic remote control. Look at this. Lights off, lights on. I change the brightness. I can take it down. That's just one. All right. I could control up to 1, 2, 3. I can control 6 of these with the one remote. I can go through the other one. Then I'm going to change that brightness, take it down. See, now if I turn that one up real high, I take this one down, take it down. I get that. What do they call this? They're some artist, not Da Vinci. It's anyway because it's the dramatic mood lighting, because you get that little triangle right here of light. Anyway, it's photography, video, painting geeks who notice that kind of stuff. Everyone else is just like, it looks dark. All right, so let me take this one back up take him up to 75, and then we're going to go to the other one. He's at 100. There's your basic lighting, all controls with a remote for less than $200. Okay, so, and you know what else you can use these for? You can use them as shop lights. You're working on your car or something, especially if you're doing paint. It's great because you can control the color temp, and you can actually see what you're doing, what it's going to look like when you go out in the sun, and not be like, come on, how many times have you done that? You've done a paint job, and you roll it out, and you're like, that looks different inside than it does outside. So this is what are these? The Zasny lights. Hey, if you ever have any questions and you're ever thinking about starting YouTube, email me, red@denoftools.com. I've helped a lot of people get started on YouTube. I feel very blessed to have gotten to where we're at. We just broke 270,000 subscribers. Started off as a hobby 8 years ago. Got tired of living in California and dealing with California. I'm not from California. I moved there in 2000 as part of the whole dot fiasco. And it's just a blessing to be able to do this and make money, which is ridiculous that I get paid to do this. I get to sit around and talk tools and tech and all sorts of other crap, and I get paid for it. It's fantastic. All right, next up. Wireless microphones. Let me see if maybe you can see it. Where are my wireless microphones? They used to be over there. I think they might be, oh, wait a minute. They might be down in my camera bag. Anyway, I've got a set of these that I use mostly for travel. I will say this. I should probably put it on screen. There we go. I will say this. These don't really work well for me. Hollyland Lark M1s. My problem is, and it's a lightning deal, they're fantastic. I know tons of people who love them. They work, they connect automatically, they do tons of great stuff. Jennifer, has it been 8 years? I know, right? You remember, if you guys go back and watch the old videos, and you see the Cubs and they're like this tall. Now Duncan's taller than me. Man, I miss him. He needs to move up here. Duncan, I know you're watching this. So this is the Hollyland Lark M1. There's a new version of these out. They're vastly more expensive, but sorry, whiskers getting to me. My problem is I speak rather loudly. I don't know where I developed this or why, but apparently I'm one hell of a loud dude. And I peek out these microphones, so I don't use them much. And you may have seen in my videos, like I'll have them clipped like to my sleeve or something because it has to be that far away, or I'll peek out the microphone. Any updated thoughts on Eufy? Yeah, my understanding is they fired the dude who was in charge of all of that, and they have since gotten everything fixed, and not fixed, but basically they've redirected themselves to be more honest and open about their policies and how they're doing stuff. So I would definitely reconsider them at this point. These people who, like, a company screws up, does something wrong, and they're like, I'm never buying from them for the rest of my life. It's not a person. It's not Steve from down the street, all right? I get it. He wronged you, but it was all of us. But again, it's not an individual person. There's hundreds, if not thousands of people in a company that, and it comes to down to a handful of people who make these calls. Well, they've since moved on and they're now doing other stuff, or they got fired, or the CEO came down and smacked them on the head and said, bad, don't do that again. I like Eufy products. I think they make fantastic products. I never had a problem with the products themselves. Let's see here. And we got it on here. Let me show you here. Up here, there's a link for the DJI version of these. They're $350. If you're a pro, I would get those DJI microphones. They're fantastic. I don't have them because I don't do that much with a wireless remote. Maybe I'll start doing more. Anyway, let's get to some tools. Skil 10-inch heavy-duty worm drive saw. It is a whopping 16% off. Now, I didn't actually vet most of these tool deals. I just pulled them up, seeing that they're deals, so they're going to take a look at them and see if it's a good sale price. In the last year, we're looking at $569 is the go-to sale price, and this is at $549. So you're $20 better than the best sale price this thing has been. This is actually, did I say flex on this? It's the Skil 10-inch heavy-duty worm drive. I am admittedly a bit of a Skil fanboy, so I may have some bias every time I see Skil saw, I go, well, it's good quality. And I do think it is good quality, but we like to have 100% transparency. If it's a sponsored deal, we'll tell you it's a sponsored deal. If I got the product for free, I'll tell you I got the product for free. If I have a bias towards something, I will tell you, hey guys, I kind of lean this way, just so you can take all that data in, throw it in the mixer and see what comes out, all right? You make your own calls on this, all right? So anyway, I do think for $550, this is one of the best portable with the built-in stand saws you're gonna find. So let me grab this. Where come over here? And this is the Skill table saw. Actually, it's the Skill saw table saw. Skill one has a different one. All right, let's see what we got next up. The Flex 24-volt brushless half-inch 1150 foot high torque impact wrench with kit for $200, down from $279. Lifetime warranty, 5 amp hour battery. Yeah, I love the Flex stuff. But again, this isn't the kind of thing that I can sit there and tell you, you need to buy this. For the average homeowner buying this, now here's the deal though. They do have a lot of really killer sales. So if you can wait and snipe the sales, Flex might not be a bad choice. Lifetime warranty, 3-time lifetime replacement on the batteries might be a good choice. Typically, they're aimed at the hardcore professional. So just take that for what it's worth. So this is the Flex 24-volt impact wrench. There's a link to that. Let's see what else we got. There's my mouse. Gear wrench. Somebody asked about gear wrench. Here we go. Here we go. I do have it on screen. All right. Boom. What do we got here? This is currently $88, down from $111. In the last year, for one day, it dropped to $78, and it was Black Friday. I'm adding the dates here. It was Black Friday last year. Other than Black Friday, the cheapest price we've seen this at is like $100. So, isn't it the cheapest we've seen? No, it's not the cheapest we've seen. Is it a professional level tool truck alternative? Yes, it is. This is 16-piece ratcheting combination wrench set with tray in silver. Is there another color they have? Anyway, that's the metric one. Let's see if the SAE is on sale as well. It's $98 for the SAE. You got to pay the old school tax on that one. But I got to tell you, I'd be more than happy to rock these. I've got the Icon ones with the switch and everything on it. I don't need these. But if ratcheting wrenches are the bee's knees. All right. If you don't have them, consider them. Now this is professional grade. We'll see if we can find some cheaper ones here. Can you make the item screen a little bigger, please? Well, I try to switch back and forth. So you can see what's going on here. Let me see here. So this is the gear wrenches. There's a link there. All right. Next up, where are we going? We're going over to, this is their budget version. 20-piece ratcheting combination wrenches. Look at this. SAE and metric all in one set, $58, down from $73.37. So let me grab that link here. No gold or platinum. I know. Where's the platinum plated wrenches? Let's see here. So these are the gear wrench budget wrenches. There we go. All right. And I've actually had this set, and it's a decent set. For the average homeowner, it's a decent set. I told you we'd have a good high-end multimeter on here. The Fluke 117. This is a Sparky's favorite here. Non-contact AC voltage detection. This one basically does it all. This is a professional grade multimeter coming in normally $281. It's on sale right now for $223.88. Now, as far as value on that, well, it's moderately good. I would say that it's lower than it's been in probably this year. Back in around Black Friday, it did drop down to just over $200. And then before that, it was in this price range about half the time. So it's one of these ones that basically the price has gone up and this is the new buy it now sale price. So If you're believing that the price will go back down, then, go ahead and go that way. But otherwise, this is the one you're going to want. So this is the Fluke 117. There's that. Let's see. Up next, we got Olight. Of course, I'm a huge fan of Olight. I think this is a fantastic one. This has got the little mini Baton 4 in it. It's got the digital readout. It acts power in, I think, and power out also. Type-C charging. IPX8 waterproof for camping. This is my favorite of the Olights. Oh, okay, it's okay. Can't quite say it's a favorite because they came out with the Arcfeld Pro. This is my go-to light, but I keep a Baton 4 in my truck, and one of the reasons is this uses the standard Olight. Where is it? Here we go. One of the standard Olight chargers, which is this little magnetic thing. If you haven't seen these are great because I can just leave one flat on my desk and I just swipe by, and it picks it up. I mean, look at this thing they're ridiculously strong magnets, ridiculously strong. Anyway. There we go. I just snap them to my toolbox I got next to me. Great way to store cables. But in the truck, it's kind of a pain because here I have this one cable that's dedicated to just my flashlight. So I keep the Baton 3 in there because it uses USB-C, which I've got USB-C and I've got Apple chargers in the truck. Anyway, $75. I've gone on long enough about this one. You guys probably all know what Olight stuff is out there. I'm a huge fan on it. Florida Dashkin says Olights were a lifesaver, literal lifesaver after Hurricane Ian. Hold on here. Boom, boom, boom. And this is the Olight Baton 4. Did I say 3 before? Because this is the 4, the new updated version. Milfred says, what was the coupon code for the X-Tool D7? If you scroll up, you can find it. Somebody knows what it is. If you could put it in there, that'd be great. The VacMaster Professional Beast. This is a beast of a vacuum system. 5-gallon, 5.5 peak horsepower. VacMaster is one of these just like, they've kind of taken the place of Shop Vac, in my regards. Shop Vac was so big that they got the name. The Xerox, what's the other one? Anyway, the Kleenex, if you would, where the brand name becomes the product name because they've just dominated the market so much. Well, VacMaster, Shop Vac got bought by Great Star, and they've moved almost all their production overseas to China and Vietnam, and their quality has kind of fallen off. And VacMaster has just stepped in and said, we got this. I can't believe the quality that they're putting out there for the price. $85 on this, normally $100. Let's see what the value on this one is. Yeah, that's $100 is pretty much the rock solid price. $96 is the sale price. Normally, $85 is a rock star price on this. There you can see the basic system. You got the wheels you can put on or not use. You can use it as a luggable if you want. 82-inch water lift motor. I want to see that. 82 inches. That's a lot of lift. I want to see that. Prove me wrong on that one. But again, I think the quality on VacMaster is definitely there. I don't hesitate to recommend them. So if we do this, let's see here. VacMaster. There's that one. Let me catch up here. There we go. Next up on Skill, the magnesium worm drive saw. This is the big boy, all right? This is not one of the little ones we talked about before. This is a monster saw. Cuts through 6x. This is the 16 by 5/16 magnesium worm drive saw. It's $500. It's down 29%. I'm not gonna make a big deal on this because for 99% of the people out there, you'll never use a saw like this. But this is the one. This is the big boy saw. The Skill Saw 16 by 5/16. It's huge. Let's see what else we got. Oh, how about a concrete saw? We got the Evolution R300 DCT 12-inch concrete saw. Evolution's well known for making stuff that cuts wood and other stuff. They make a lot of multi-material stuff, but this is a concrete saw. The angle grinder, cutoff saw, demo saw, masonry, like angle grinder. Is there an angle grinder in here? I don't see an angle grinder. Anyway, if you're looking for a concrete saw, $254 is a darn good price on that. Normally $350. So this is the Evo concrete saw. There's that one. All right, next up, let me check the comments here real quick. Make sure I'm not behind on anything. Oh, no, we're looking good. All right. Next up, this is the one we talked about before. Gear wrench, 84-piece master SAE and metric hex Torx bit set. Get a master set, whether you get this set, or you get the Tecton set, or you get the Quinn set. I don't care. Bit drivers rock. And if you haven't used one, this is the kind of stuff that I keep telling people to buy, and they're kind of like, and they finally buy it. Then I get the email like, but dude, you were so right. I should have bought this earlier. They are a game changer. You got to get a set of, and get a master set. Just don't buy a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Just grab a master set. Right now we're down, we're at $84 on this. Let me see here. Normally price on this is going to be around 100 and high 130, or yeah, 130s is where it normally is. It does drop down to around $100 every so often. The cheapest price in the last year on this has been $90, and here we're sitting at $84. That's it. That's the buy it now price. So that's the gear wrench, master, Torx and bit set. There we go. Did I miss any of the giveaways? No, you didn't, but thank you. You know what? I kind of forgot about the giveaways. So let's kind of do one here, all right? So, first one we're going to do a giveaway on is the Elgin Thunder Scout. This is a headlamp. I don't want to lose any of the Elgin propaganda that comes with it. But this is an LED base. I got to cover my face so the camera changes focus. Headband here. It does not work off of rechargeable batteries unless, of course, you grab some of those EBL batteries I was talking about before. Then they are rechargeable. And Elgin makes some great stuff. And I love the packaging. It's real kind of retro kind of stuff. Yeah, I know. I fall for the easy gimmicks on stuff like that. Just reminds me of the old like scouting kind of equipment, stuff like that. Anyway, Thunder Scout, we're going to give away this ruggedized headlamp here. So send me an email with the subject line that says Thunder Scout. And we'll say the 10th person who gets the email in. And I'm not going to look at these until later. I can't do it right now. There's just too much stuff going on. Anyway, that's going to be one of the freebies here. So I'm going to put this off to the side. Let me move all that. All right, we'll come back with some more stuff here in a little bit. All right, next up, deals and more deals. We got the Skill Saw Lightweight Worm Drive Saw. This is a go-to saw. This is a rear drive worm gear. That means it's going to be buttery smooth when it cuts. This is a fantastic saw. Coming in at $136, 32% off, normally $200. The average sale price on this is $160. The buy it now sale price on this is $150. We're at $136. This is a buy it for life tool. All right, this is it. No, don't put Thunder Scout in the live chat. Send me an email. All right, email. By the way, for those of you who don't have the email, it's red@denoftools.com. There we go. All right. And again, my email is in the video description of every video. Every video. They use tons of worms. I think they use earthworms. Could use red worms. All right. Who's a red worm guy? Who you're fishing using the red worms? Those are my favorite. All right. Anyway, back to this. So the skill saw here. We're looking at. Let's see here. This is. There we go. There's a link to that one. 136. That is a buy it now price. Next up, the Skill. We got the drill press here. It's $149, normally $200. This has the laser alignment, 5-speed. Normal price on this, the sale price is $159. You're $10 lower than the basic best price that you've seen in the last year. That is a ridiculous price on this one. This is the Skill drill press. All right. Next up, Duratech wrench. I told you we have some budget wrenches in here. The Duratech here. This is a nice little set here. Roll-up tool bag. You're getting 22-piece, quarter to three-quarter CRV steel. This is the metric. They have SAE, and there's the metric system. Anyway, this is a big setup here. This is SAE and metric. I take that back. Is it no skip? No, it's not. But for $56 for that many pieces, the gear wrench one wasn't either. But we're going to take this, put it over here. Murray says that drill press is good, but a bit noisy. Yeah, a lot of budget drill presses are pretty noisy. We got here the Duratech wrench set. There's that one. Next up, Armor All wet dry vac, $32.99. How good a price is that? How good is it really? Not that great a price. As I said, I didn't pre-vet all of these. I wanted to see what the prices were like. Rockwell Jaw Horse, currently on sale for $167. Its normal price, sale price, wow, this has been all over the place. Let me look at the sale price in the last year, because that's what's relevant. $229 has been the go-to price. It's jumped as high as $250, and it's fallen as low as $194, and that was only on a couple days. So at $167, sold by Amazon, free shipping if I'm not mistaken on this, free returns, that's for sure. Free delivery Friday, July 19th if I ordered it now. That is a great, if you don't have a Jaw Horse, you should have one. You should probably have two, at least get one. They are great. Poor picture quality. Then try refreshing your page. Let's see here. So we're looking at the Jaw Horse. There's that. The D7. Did anybody find that D7 discount code? Let me see. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it again. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I got it right here. There you go. All right. Next up, Olight Baton 3. This is just the standard Baton 3. $48. It's a solid, just everyday light. Just a solid everyday light. Isn't my favorite light. It used to be one of my favorite lights. Arcfeld came out. The Baton 4, mini or whatever came out. But the Baton 3 is a solid light. It's on sale right now for $49. There we go. Let's see what else we got going on here. Telescoping ladders, $127. Have you ever used a telescoping ladder? I don't think they're probably for me, a bigger guy and stuff like that, but for a lot of people, they seem to like them. They're really big in the RV community, which is the reason I keyed in on this one. A lot of people use them because there's less and less RVs that have built-in ladders now. It's normally $145. It's on sale for $127. Let's see here. There we go. A laddering telescope, nice. DeWalt tool backpack bag, durable, water resistant, normally $100. Let's see what the sale price on it. It's in the past year, it's been between like $86 and $100, usually around the $90 price range. It just dropped down to $80, and this is $4 cheaper than that. So yeah, I think that definitely deserves a link there if you're looking for I love these backpacks. I buy them for my kids for school because they hold up, and the kids destroy like your standard like Jansport backpack and stuff like that. For this, they just keep going. So anyway, DeWalt backpack. There we go. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see here. Checking my email and messages here. Someone called me before. You know, personal stuff. Anyway, let me come over here. DeWalt mechanic set, 84 piece, $53, down from $70. That's not a smoking deal. It's like $1. It's like $1 cheaper than the average sale price it is every other day. Not a deal. All right, here we go. These are deals. Apple AirPods Pro 2. Now, my wife uses the standard AirPods. That's the second gen up here. They're on sale for $69. I'll tell you what, I'll just give you a link to this. It'll give you all these Apple products here. So this is all the Apple EarPods stuff. So, whoops. If I could type. So the AirPods, she uses the second gen because she likes the longer stem on it, the way it sits in her ear better. She doesn't like the way these are more protruding into the ear, but some people like them. The AirPod Max, they're normally $550. They're on sale for $394. The second gen AirPods are on sale for $69. Now, here's what I'm going to do. As soon as I'm done with this live stream, I'm going to be buying some of those second gen ones because my wife loses them all the time. All the time. I think I buy her 2 or 3 sets, probably more than that now, per year. Because she just loses, she sleeps with these things in. Listening to her, what we call her, How to Murder Your Husband podcasts. They're real crime kind of stuff. I don't know why women get into that, but they love it. It's weird. It scares me just a lot. Anyway, Apple Watch. Just bought one of these for my son. Didn't give him the Series 9. I got him the SE. If you're looking for somebody, get this. You have to be 22 years of age to access all the health functions that they have in the Series 9. Apparently there was some issue with the government saying you can't claim these are health functions. And they had to do this thing about saying, well, it has to be. Anyway, it was just weird. So I've got a friend who is actually a Apple support rep for these. And she's like, no, don't buy that. Don't buy this one for him. He won't get full use out of it. Get him the SE. But there's links on this page to the SE. But this is down from $400 to $279. $279. That's ridiculous. Let's see what the SE price is here with GPS. I didn't get him the one with cellular. This cellular was $169. Man, I should have waited. His birthday was on the 8th. I paid $189. And $160 to $20. It's $20. Anyway, let's see here. how the body shows. I know it is that. So Apple Watch. There we go. Hey, by the way, we got 500. Just hit 500 concurrent viewers. Thank you so much. Big ask. Can you chomp that like button because it really helps because YouTube just, I don't know, they just don't like my channel. Probably because I talk about the you know what too much on here and I get dinged for that. But let's do another giveaway. All right, so we did the Thunder Scout. Let's have a ruckus. I showed these in the deals of the week the other day. Comes in this really nice case. These are basically tethered earbuds that come down to little controllers. The whole thing is, it doesn't plug in though. The earbuds are connected together. I'm not gonna take them out because they're hard to get back in the little case. But I showed them on the show the other day. They're wireless, they're noise protection, ear protection. I think it's 25 dBA. There, 25 dBA. They connect via Bluetooth to your phone. So, and you got volume up, volume down, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, send me an email, red@denoftools.com, with the subject ruckus, and we'll take the 25th person who emails it, and we will send this over to you. We'll work on the whole coordination on that. All right, let's move along. We got a few more to go through. Again, so this is just the live stream for today. We will be doing, or for this morning, we will be doing one in the afternoon and then one in the evening. Cap barbell, no, we're not going to cover that. The Tank 1 cordless robotic pool cleaner. This is, if you're looking, so we talked a lot about these. If you're looking for a budget pool cleaner, these guys just sent me one. I have not had time to finish the video on it, but this is a nice, good, basic little tread, tank-like pool cleaner. And it's the Tank C1. It's $400. Again, stop cleaning your own pool. How many times I got to tell you this? Don't be a peasant. Peasants clean their own pools. Yeah, this from the man who does not own a pool. I sent these down to Vegas, and my son, who has a condo down there, he has his condo right next to the pool. So he does all the pool bot stuff. So let's see here. This is the Tank C1. So keep your eye out for the upcoming video on that, but you can check it out there. It's it's down from $600. It's $200 off. That's a pretty good deal there. And you get a free filter basket with it as well. All right, next up, Beats by Dre. Are they the best headphones in the world? No. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to show you right here, Soundcore, which is owned by the same company that owns Eufy, whatever they are, I believe. They sent these to me a couple years ago, and I'm still using them. And they work great. I did have to put a sticker on it so I can remember which side is the right side, because it does say it, but it's so faint on there, it's impossible. I can't even see it. Yeah, I give up. There, it says it on the inside, right and left. But I put the sticker on the outside so I can just grab it and put them on. They work decently. Noise canceling, the whole 9 yards. But if you really want the high-end stuff, the Beats by Dre, that's what everyone says is probably some of the best. Not the best. I don't think they're studio level. But for just basic headphones, they're up there with the Sonys and whatnot. USB-C, lossless audio. Lossless is, if you can get lossless compression, that's some good tech. So these are the Beats by Dre. There we go. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. People are blowing up my phone. All the emails. Boom. Okay. Duramax. Boy, I had a great conversation with them at the National Hardware Show. They've got some great budget level generators here. This is a 12,000 watt gas or propane dual fuel CO alert, 50 state approved. It's on sale for $1,000. That's just a ridiculous price on a generator like this. This is just a ton of power, 12,000. But here's what I'm going to tell you. It does get cheaper than this. And excuse me, let me get a drink here. A little bourbon early in the morning. A kid. As you notice, my bourbon shelf is empty. Taking a break from alcohol for a while, trying to get in shape, trying to lose some weight, and that's just sugar and stuff. So we're trying to do a little bit better around here. Anyway, so all right, I'll put a link, but here's the deal. In the last year, there hasn't been a better price. The year before, it went on sale for like $850. So this is probably the new normal price. Thank you to you-know-who. There's that. He drank it all. Let's see here. Next up, we've got a Roomba. I keep getting companies reaching out to me going, hey, we want to send you one of these robotic cleaners. And I'm like, I would love that because that way I don't have to sweep my own shop. And then they never do. So one of these days we'll get them to send us one, or maybe I'll break down and buy one. These are the guys who invented the segment, if you would. The iRobot Roomba, this is the J7. It's got all the navigation, everything else. It can avoid socks, shoes, pet waste, smart map. Can you imagine if this hit a pilot? Oh my God, what a mess. And it's got the self-emptying for up to 60 days. That's pretty nice. Not having to go and empty these things out all the time. Here's a fun story. And Nana, I love you. I love you, but I got to share this story. So my wife's mother, Nana, to the kids, she's blind, and she's got a Roomba, and she loses it all the time. Oh my gosh! It got out in the hallway the other day, and like she's got an apartment, and went out and she had the door open and get some air blowing through, and it decided to go do the hallway. And we need to get an air tag and put it on there so she can make it beep or something. Believe it or not, iPhones are very good for blind people because they have a talking mode that's built in that's actually really robust. So needs a beeper on it. It does. You should be able to like connect it to She Who Shall Not Be Named and be like, hey, blah, 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 find my Roomba, and have it chirp a bunch to you. You know, I've got a remote for my my Fire TV that does that. It has been a lifesaver because my kids lose that remote all the time. All the time. So I'd have to be on like my 27th remote by now if I didn't have that. So this is the Roomba J7. There we go. All right, next up, the Apple iPad Mini 6th Gen with the A15 Bionic chip. $379.99. By the way, if you haven't seen the new Fall Guy movie, it's kind of fun. And there's some Easter eggs in there. It's a lot. I recommend it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Is it, grade A cinema? No. But for some popcorn and some fun on a Friday night, yeah, it's a good movie. Anyway, iPad Mini, normally $500. Good grief. $500. It's on sale right now for and I have an iPad. I have the iPad up here. This one right here, the 10th gen. That's the one I have that I use. It's on sale right now for $250. It's been on sale at that price for like the last month. I know because my notifications keep alerting me going, the price has dropped to $250. I'm like, after the first one, that's great. After the rest, oh my gosh. Let's see here. So this is the iPad Mini. We'll just say it's the iPads because it links to everything else. All right. Let's see here. Marsh says we lost 10 pounds in 2 months, 100% due to non-alcoholic beer, athletic brewing. Cool. Costco. I'm not a beer drinker though. I don't know if they do non-alcoholic bourbon. Remote costs about the same as a Fire Stick. I don't use the Fire Stick. I use the Fire Cube because it's got way more processing power and it's just quicker. It's snappy. Says thanks for the live stream today. Thank you for being here. Please stop. Thankfully, my Newfie Poo only steals paper towels. Ooh, wow. NA bourbon is water. Nice. Let's do another giveaway here. What can we give away? Well, how about this? You like the last headlamp? We got the rechargeable Helldiver. Have you guys played that game with the new Helldivers? It's basically what's that movie as a video game? It's a lot of fun. Detachable headlamp with the whole system and everything. Let me open up the box. Nicer case and stuff in there. All the cables, everything else. So this one does. I can't read it. Oh, I'm looking for dB. Like how much dB? It's a light. It doesn't do that. It does do 15 hours at 100 lumens. So we'll take the 15th person to email me at red@dentatools with subject hell. Oh, how about this? Let's get tricky. Not Helldivers. We're gonna say Helldiver is a video game based on a movie, which is based on a book. Put in the subject line, the first person, we'll do the first person, put in the subject line, the author of the book, the movie, and the video game are based off of. Take that. One of my favorite authors. That's why I have to do that for you. All right. All right, back to the deals. And boom. We got the Sony. I love these. These are great headphones. I bought these for myself, and they got stolen out of a bag I had. I was traveling, and I left them hanging on a bag, and that somehow they okay. Let's be honest. I probably left them somewhere. But anyway, just fantastic. They're normally $348. They're on sale for $198. I was flying somewhere. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't have them anymore. The 1000 XM4s here, these are fantastic headphones. They're super comfortable. They're normally $350. The average sale price is around $250. The bottom price I've seen is like just above $200. So this is definitely a buy it now price. If you're looking for some really luxurious headphones, this is the way to go. How loud the lights are. I know, I did that. Oh, having a Biden moment. All right, let's see here. This is the Sony headphones. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see here. I want to see if anyone, I got to check my email here real quick. See if anybody figured this out. Oh, I think Crazy's got it. Nope. There was one before it. Hold on. I think a couple of people figured it out. Well, I'm going to have to go through. Oh, my gosh. My emails are they're scrolling by too fast. But, yeah, there we go. All right, here we go. Emerald Lagasse 26-quart extra large air fryer. This thing is fantastic. All right. This is, so it's got the double French doors. It's got the touchpad up top. It's got dual racks. It's just a solid workhorse of an air fryer. It's not one of the little mini ones. My wife has one of the mini ones. I'm going to show you, in fact, the one we have here later. We have this in our RV. Just brilliant. I love the double. You know why I like it? Because I did some time working in a couple Italian kitchens, and we used air fryers that were of the same style. And that's what it reminds me of. I like the easy access. I open the doors. I can get into everything. Air fryers are great stuff. They're basically, it's a convection oven is what it is. And actually, it says it right there. Air fryer convection toaster oven. But anyway, this thing is rock solid. My mother-in-law has the same one also. $150. Now let's see price on this. Is it worth it? In the last year, it has been selling for, on average, wow, it was in the $320 range, dropped down to the $250s, dropped down to the low $200s, and the cheapest price has been $139. So not the cheapest that we've seen. When was that? It was probably Black Friday, right? It did it for Black Friday, and then it did it for Spring Black Friday. So $139 is the cheapest. This is $10 more. I like it so much, I'm still going to recommend it, even at that price. It may not be the cheapest price you've ever seen, but it's not at the cheapest price it's ever been, but it can see it from here. And I don't know if you want to wait another 5 months till it drops $10. So that's what I'm going to say on this. So this is the air fryer. Actually, we're going to call this the convection oven because the next one is more of an air fryer. Boom, there's that. Have search on your email. There's just too much going on. Have you been seeing vids of Roombas catching fire? No, I have not seen that. I've seen vids of cats sitting on Roombas. That's special. Do you have to be a Prime member to get these deals? A lot of them, if it says, like on this one right here, it says Prime Day deal right here, where my mouse is right in the center. Yes, you do have to be a Prime member. Now that said, if you go and you sign up for Prime, use any of these links. In fact, if you really want to support the channel, use any of these links and go to Amazon and then do the thing and sign up for a free week of Prime. And you can get all these deals for, without having Prime membership, and then you can cancel. And it will, because they're all affiliate links and all that kind of stuff, they'll give us a nice little bonus on top of it. So it'd be a great way to support the channel. That's why I don't sit here and have to ask you guys, like, please, please do a sponsored, what do they call those things? Super chat. We don't get a lot of super chats. I don't ask for super chats. I don't make people more special because of super chats. Super chats are great. I'm not going to say we don't like them, but we try to basically provide value in return for it's a two-way street, if you would. I want everyone to get something out of it. So let's go back here. Next up, we've got the Philips Sonicare. This is the toothbrush that my wife just bought for the kids, and they absolutely love it. It actually gets them to keep brushing their teeth. Maybe I should get a head for this and start using it myself. $60 down from $110. I got some generic one it's okay. It's not great. It's normally $110. Now, back in Black Friday, it dropped down to this price. So this is a Black Friday price. And basically that's it. It's either this or nothing. And that's the only sale price. The only time it dropped in price was it went down by 45% for Black Friday. Murray says that's exactly what I did. Free Prime Day. Yep. Kirk says just bought the Ecoflow Delta solar generator with extra battery. Nice. And the Sony headphones. Rock on. Some really nice portable chargers on sale. Let's see here. We say portable chargers. What kind of portable chargers? Let's see here. This is the toothbrush. There's that. Boom, boom, boom. Next up, the Shark. Remember what I said about how I love Shark and that it does all the stuff the other ones do at a lot cheaper? Well, I'm not going to say this one's a lot cheaper. Let's see, where was the Roomba here? The Roomba was, there's the Roomba. It's $400. And this one's coming in at $350. Let's look at the price on this. Normally $700. Average sale price is around $400. It hit this price for, it looks like 2 or 3 days back around Black Friday. So again, this is another one that you're going to have to wait till Black Friday to see this price again. And I got to tell you, I'm a kind of a fanboy of Shark. I think they really, power banks. There we go. That's what they're talking about. Anyway, I think they make a fantastic product. And again, this is not just a robot vac, but mop as well. Sonic the Hedgehog mopping, matrix cleaning, home mapping, bagless self-empty, clean edge for pet hair and Wi-Fi. It'll even clean your Wi-Fi. I think that's pretty cool. Shark Robo Vac / mop. There's that one. Just bought the Arc Captain 200 amp welder. There's a $50 coupon. Funny you should mention that because we're going to be covering that one here shortly. The Ninja. Okay, we got to talk about this one. This is the Ninja Creamy. I got this as a Father's Day gift about a year ago, 2 years ago. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll put a link to it if you want to, because people disagree. All right. It's normally $200, $169. This is the best price that it's been in over a year. So this is the Ninja Creamy. I'm not a huge fan. Basically, you got to cook the ice cream. Then you've got to freeze, you got to pour it in a little mold and freeze it. So you're not getting ice cream today with this. You're going to get ice cream tomorrow. And there's a ton of other ice cream makers out there that I can make the ice cream, pour it in, and it will chill it and churn the ice cream right now. But this is and yes, I can throw all sorts of stuff in it. It's basically, what it does is it freezes it into a block, then it has giant razor blades that grind it down and creamify it that way. I'm not impressed with it. If you've got one and you think I'm wrong and I'm doing it wrong, put it down in the comments. Let everyone else know. Yeah, Ninja's reinventing what the Amish learned 400 years ago. Anyway, I'm not a fan of this one. In fact, I'll find a lot of the Ninja stuff is not as awesome as people kind of make it out to be. TCL 65-inch class S4 4K LED smart TV. This is a big TV, 65-inch. That's what we have in our living room. We have a Sony, not Sony, Samsung. I basically have Samsung. My TV at home is a Samsung. My TV that I use as a monitor here is a Samsung. I love Samsungs. I just bought my son a TV for his condo, but I got him the Insignia. I went cheap. It was Insignia. It was a 50-inch for, I think it was under $200. So he can deal with that. If he wants to buy a nicer one, he can spend the money on it. It was kind of a last minute kind of gift that I had on all the other stuff. I've heard that the model that goes in at an angle works better. I'm an instant gratification kind of, if I make it now, I want it now. Right? Right? If I'm making ice cream, I want to eat it now. I don't want to eat it tomorrow. If I want the ice cream, either I'm going to use an ice cream maker and make it now, or I'm going to go to the store and get me some Haagen-Dazs. But I can't have ice cream because I'm trying to lose weight. Be healthy. Be around for a lot longer. All right, so we got the TCL 65-inch. There's the price. So also, we actually have a TCL in our RV. I have a 50-inch TCL. It's 50 or 55. And I've been happy enough with it. In the RV, it's great, you know. It's a $350 65-inch TV. So it's got smart TV features with Fire TV built in, like that. All right, the one we have has, what's the other one? Has Roku in it. And Roku's okay. I don't think it's as good as Fire TV. I think it's got better, screensavers. That's for sure. Amazon Fire TV 32-inch for $100. That one kind of speaks to it right there. You kind of get it. But it's not, I don't believe it's 4K. I think it's 1080p, high definition HD. But like for the kitchen or something like that, 100% on the ice cream now. There we go. Here we got the 32-inch Fire TV. Boom. All right. Trying to get both ends of the spectrum here. Here's a nice one. LG G3 65-inch OLED Evo 4K processing. This is the everything. It's not bigger, but it's going to give you those rich blacks. It's going to give you everything else. It's got Alexa built in. Sorry, I said her name. Everyone's going to freak out. Go to sleep, lady. No one's talking to you. Sorry, my she who shall not be named is like, what? Did you say something? How can I serve you, master? Now, if you could change the she who shall not name voice to what's her name from I Dream of Jeannie, I would buy all of them. 720 on the Fire TV. Well, it's a 30-inch. So this is the LG one. There's that. Again, this is only for people who are real videophiles and really want that super high-end kind of color and such. Here's the Eufy. We talked about the other. This one's on sale for $129. Now, this does not auto bag or mop or any of those other features. But if you just need something like, hey, I'm blind and I lose my robot vacs all the time. Maybe I need to buy a couple of them. This might be the robot vac for you. She's going to murder me. I love her. She's awesome, but I hope she's not listening. I've been poking her a little too much. So this is the Eufy RoboVac. That's a pretty good price. If you're looking to try out a RoboVac, this might be the way to go. I really want one with the bagging feature though, so I'm going to hold out for something a little bit more premium. So here's the 75-inch Fire TV. That's a big television, man. I had a 75-inch when we had our house in. Actually, I think it was a 70-inch. I had a 70-inch when we had our house in California. Ever since then, I've only had a 65-inch because honestly, I felt the 70-inch was getting a little bit big. And then they had the 75 and 85, and I'm like, my gosh, that is just huge. But they got Fire TV built in for $700. $700. That is. 75, right? I don't even know if I can. Oh my gosh. That's a huge television. Can you see that? I could touch my shelf back there. That's a huge TV. That gives, it's no longer a home theater. It's just a theater at that point. It's $700. That's a ridiculous deal. It is Ethernet, HDMI, yeah, anyway, you know what it is. If you're looking for a budget big screen TV, I don't see how you're going to get any better than this. What is it? 75-inch Fire TV. That's massive. Just massive. All right, here's the Ninja air fryer. This one, not gimmicky. It just works. That's not the one the wife uses, but $89, limited time deal. Normal price on this is, again, this is since Black Friday. It's a Black Friday or this. That's your option. So that's the Ninja air fryer. We got to wrap this up, or I'm going to keep on going into the afternoon. I'm not going to have time to go grab lunch. Toshiba 55-inch Toshiba with She Who Shall Not Be Named voice remote, 2023 model, 4K for $230. That's not a terrible deal. Toshiba is not what it used to be. I will say that much. I miss the old Toshiba. But that's also why you're getting it for $230. There we go. Let's see what else we got going on here. Boom, boom. Eufy X10 Pro robot vacuum and mop with 8,000 PA suction, dual mops, 12 millimeter auto lift, carpet detection, AI obstacle avoidance. And when the robot overloads takedown, it will be there to end your existence. Anyway, this thing it basically nails everything you're looking for there. It's normally $800. The sale price on this, it goes down to $721 at $600. That's a blow it out of the water kind of deal on this one. So that's the EU FY X10 RoboVac and mop. There we go. Renegade says they got a 70-inch TV in their living room, living large there. Red Wagon says, hey, thanks, Bear, for great deals. Got the car fridge dash cam, a 4x8 Boris Centipede, and some other stuff. Hoping the wife hasn't watched How to Murder Your Husband. Oh my gosh, my wife is always listening to that stuff. Let's see here. There we go. And where'd my mouse go? There it is. Boom. All right, here we got the Anker Solix. This is just a great bargain one. The C1000, 1,800 watts peak output, or 18,000 watts output. Peak is 24. It has 1,056 watt hours, LiFePO 4. It's just a good basic all-arounder kind of power station. I have the Anker Solix F2000 that I keep. That's my truck one that I take with me everywhere. It's got the wheels on it. I'm a big fan of wheels rather than luggables. But this is the Anker Solix C1000. I think of Anker as like that mid-range kind of product. It's between the Dobson and the Ecoflow. Now here's the one we have at home. The Corsair, I don't know how they pronounce it. Makes good food. What is my wife? My wife recently found some gluten-free chicken strips. And they're lower carb, no added sugars and stuff. And she does them in the air fryer. They're fantastic. So 9-in-1 compact. You know what else is good in the air fryer? Pork belly. You cube it up, seasoned pork belly. It'll put a crisp on it. They'll knock your socks off. That stuff is great. Let's go back into it here. Here we go. So this, again, this is the one we use. My wife cooks with it almost daily, and it's still going strong. It's 85.49, down from 120. Let's take a look. Normally it's 120. Average sale price is $100, and you're looking at $10 under the average. So, reheat pizza in the air fryer. Yes, I am a pizza fanatic, and trying to reheat pizza has always been a challenge because it never is as good. The air fryer it's not as good, but it gets it as close as it's going to get. This is the COSORI air fryer. Now here's something you're gonna yell at me. I cooked a steak in the air fryer. Now here's what I did, because this thing will actually do pretty low temps. So I set it to the lowest temp, put a thermometer in it, popped it in the air fryer. When it got to 115, I popped it out. By that time, I had a skillet going, a little bit of avocado oil, pan seared immediately, took it up to 125, pulled it, let it go up to 130, ate it. That is essentially the same thing as sous vide at that point. It is a reverse sear sous vide. It doesn't get you the flavor like when I do it on my Pit Boss. But in the middle of January, when I don't want to be outside freezing my buns off working the Pit Boss, it's actually a pretty good solution. I highly recommend. I know people are like, you can't cook a steak in an air fryer. We're not doing the entire cook. You're getting it up to temp, and then you throw it in the pan for like 2 minutes, and you get the sear on it. And that's what makes it awesome. All right, let's keep going here. Boom. Ninja Vitamix. Oh, this is not the Ninja that said Ninja above it. This is the Vitamix. We have this mixer. We bought it years ago, and we had one. It died. Vitamix replaced it because they have fantastic customer support. These things are absolute tanks. $400. Now you can get the Ninja above it for $129. I'm going to tell you right now, the Ninja, a lot of people say, the Ninja is just as good. No, it's not. Go look at any review. It's not as good. And my local steakhouse, it's the Rib and Chop House. And we go there a lot. It's kind of like go-to place here in town. Good quality, good food. But a lot of times, they're open late. So a lot of times I'll grab dinner there on the way home. And I'll stop and I'll sit at the bar and I'll grab a drink. And I'm pretty good friends with all the bartenders there. And I noticed that they had Vitamixes for a long time. And then all of a sudden the Vitamixes were gone and they had Ninjas. So I asked them, hey, are the Ninjas good? And they all looked at me like, no, they're not. The manager cheaped out. Apparently somebody knocked the Vitamix over that they had, and it broke. And so the manager ran out and went to Costco or something and bought the Ninja, and then it lasted like 2 months. And so then they just go and buy another Ninja, and that's what they've been doing. And they're like, just buy the Vitamix, and they'll last, for a couple of years. But they keep buying the Ninjas for some reason. Anyway, I'm telling you, real life situation. Professional, granted, they're making drinks all the time. Then the Ninja, it doesn't make it as smooth, and they don't hold up as long. They just don't. But if you're not using them as much, I totally get it. The Vitamix, absolute beast. So this link will should get you the Vitamix or the Ninja. Blendtec. I'm not a Blendtec fan. They're super loud. Just ridiculously loud. I also don't like the form factor on them. So this is the Vitamix blender. There we go. Tell Guga about your air fry sous vide. I would challenge Guga anytime. Guga said, and I'll be honest, I learned a lot from Guga. If you don't know, Guga is this guy. I think he's from Brazil. He does a lot of steaks. He's known on YouTube as like the steak guy. Guga did a challenge where he did charcoal versus pellet for cooking steaks. And he said, charcoal wins. But he didn't have a Pit Boss, which lets you open up the grates to get right to the fire. And that's where you get the flavor and the real char on it. And I guarantee I can make a steak as good or better than Guga did in that video. And I usually do it with elk because I'm like that. All right, let's keep going here. Rib and Chop House is fantastic. The people who founded it, somebody commented like, that looks good. People who founded it are originally from Louisiana, so they often have, they always have gumbo as a side dish you can get. The fillets are decent. The strips are good. The The chicken fried chicken is amazing. The garlic mashed potatoes are really solid. They do a was it porte-boeuf, which is basically a giant ribeye. I think it means side of beef. It's huge. It's like this thick. It's made for two. It's pre-cut, filleted, not filleted, but pre-cut, sliced. Comes out on a sizzling platter. Just good. People there are really nice. The food's always solid. And it's just a comfortable place to go and sit and eat. And they have good parking, which a lot of restaurants around here do not. All right, we got the Ego Power FN 1800 18-inch 5-speed 20-mile-an-hour portable misting fan. Battery and charger not included. 81% claimed on this lightning deal. If you want this, you better jump all over it. The lowest price ever is $234. This is below that. If you're in the Ego line, this is a go-to solution right here. Boudin balls. The boudin balls, Côte de Boeuf. Yep, that's it. The Ego fan. That Ego will turn your garage into a rainforest. I should probably get this for dunk, for football. They could take, because they're doing 2-a-days right now in the heat down there. That's insane heat. That's ridiculous. All right, let's talk about EBL. We just did the video on the EBL. The charger right now is $16. The batteries, let me see here, $13.59 and $7.99. So let me put a link for these in here. So that's the EBL charger. EBL AA's are next. Let me see here. Come on. And the charger will do AA's or AAA's. So these are the AA batteries. And I'm going to show these to you here in just a second. There's those. I just want to get the links in there. Otherwise, I will forget. And there's these. So, boom. And these are nickel metal hydride, which is similar to the, whatchamacallit, the Olight battery system we talked about before. So there's that. And let me come back here, back to the charger. There's the charger. Okay. So, charger-wise. Here's the charger. Okay, and it's not as sexy as the Olight one, but they're easy enough to use. You take it, slip the battery in, press it in. Plus, it's got some USB ports on it as well. They did send me a couple of these, and I think they sent me 3 of them. So send me an email with the, what should the subject line be? EBL rocks. How about that? And I will send you a charger, and let's see here. We'll do the 14th. Come on, get in there. There we go. We'll do the 14th person. Actually, we'll do the 14th and the 15th because I've got a couple of these to send out. And if I can send some batteries too, I will. Let me see what else we've got. I got to save some stuff for the next live stream. So that's going to be it for today's live stream. The OLED charger is at home. It's fantastic. It still freaks me out because they go into the charger, and then when they're done, they drop out. So you're just sitting there. You're like, I'm watching TV, checking my phone. Also, I hear this clack, 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 clack. It's just funny. Anyway, so next live stream is going to be this afternoon. It's currently basically noon here, Mountain Time, because I live in the Rockies like any sane person does. Oh, I'm terrible. So this afternoon, let's say 2-ish, between 2 and 3, we'll try to ramp up the next live stream, and then we'll do an after dinner live stream. We'll wrap it all up tonight, and then tomorrow will be a best of recap. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. And again, all the links and everything, there are affiliate links. We make, I think it's like between 1% and 3% of the sale price is what we get from stuff like that. It's not a ton, but it does help to, put the, it's going to be helping put the kids through college. That's what's going to, God, he's 18. He's going to be going up to, I'm talking about Duncan. He's going to be going to MSU next year. In fact, if I don't have it on my computer ready to pull up, but I do want to show you one of my favorite pictures that I've taken recently. Maybe. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Boom, boom, boom. There's that. Da-da-da. This is my brother. I'm holding it up there so you can't see the incoming messages. All the emails. I'm not trying to give away your email. Anyway, my son right there, my brother in the center, my youngest on the left, all at the north gate to Yellowstone, the Roosevelt Gate. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, come on, say it with me. Shine on. All right, we'll catch you later this afternoon. If I can figure out how to get out of this